Now that Trump is making his announcement to pull out of the Paris Agreement, Trump's surrogates are, of course, out there defending it. They actually came out ahead of the game and by going on different outlets to defend something that not even ExxonMobil and Rex Tillerson want the United States to do, and that is, of course, pull out of the Paris Agreement. Now, Rick Santorum is going to do just that on a CNN panel with former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm.
If he wants to get on message, then he's to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord, or maybe even a halfway measure. Submit it to the United States Senate, which should have been done in the first place. And by the way, Democrats, many of them won't vote for it. They'll talk a good game. No, it's devastating to working men and women in their states.
Let me
Those are the kinds of things he needs to focus on.
There are 3.3 million people in America who are working in the clean energy industry. If you look at my state, there are almost 90,000 jobs in clean energy right now. In Michigan, in Ohio, almost 90,000. It is insane for you to say that this is going to devastate the economy if he pulls out, when it's going to devastate the economy if, excuse me, it is going to devastate the economy if he pulls out. Our states, our country, not leading. The number one job in America right now, the number one job, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is a wind turbine technician. In Ohio, they're building wind turbines. Scott Walker in Wisconsin just sent out an RFP for biodigesters.
Okay.
We should be building that stuff and sending it abroad.
Okay.
It is insane to allow China and other countries to take the lead.
The American worker gets hurt when energy prices go up. Germany pays twice what we do for electricity because they went off and didn't use the market. We have a fracking revolution that is driving down costs of electricity.
Than coal.
And no, but I'm not talking about coal. I'm talking about gas, which is lowering emissions and creating jobs and giving us cheaper electricity.
And natural gas can be a part of the mix. Don't even say that, Rick. Right now,
all right, last word.
All right, I'm just saying. Right now, China is canceling 107 of its coal plants because why? Solar and wind are cheaper than coal. Same in India.
The debate will continue. Obviously, this is a very hot debate. No pun intended today.
Oh dear God. Okay, the pun was just. I appreciate puns, but no, not a good time. Allison, not a good time. Why is this even a debate? Oh, that bugs the crap out of me about CNN. No, this has got to be a debate. No, you can't really debate on facts. But I want to go to where what Rick Santorum was actually saying. Solar, it is unreliable and inconsistent. Really, so inconsistent. Do you know that the sun actually goes down? Oh my God, it goes down. Well, you know what? We're actually pretty good at figuring out when it's going to come back up. I don't think Rick knows that. The sun does come back up, and then you could start getting energy from it again. Wow. And consistent, it's going to be here for the next 5 billion years. I think we can structure some technology around that to collect energy from the sun. Just saying. You look, and even though, do you know that solar energy actually also works when it's cloudy? Not as well, of course. At our current technology, doesn't mean that we can't build more efficient solar panels with some investment. And when you have a different energy mix, instead of coal, oil, natural gas, etc., instead, if you have an energy mix of wind, geothermal, and solar, and yes, maybe even nuclear, supplying the grid, well, it turns out you'll always have different source of energy to rely on, even if the sun goes down or it's cloudy. And look, the benefit of alternative energy is that it doesn't add any extra carbon to the atmosphere. That doesn't rely on fracking, of course, which injects chemicals into the ground and can contaminate groundwater. It also doesn't rely on oil wells or pipelines or blowing up mountains like coal does. This technology, while not 100% reliable, I understand, or 100% consistent, actually seems to be doing really good at supplying energy. Germany, at one point, I think I reported on this, got 85% of its energy from alternative sources in one day. That's pretty good. And if you continue to invest in this technology, we can raise that up. So we don't have to rely on, you know what's stupid, by the way? Relying on a fuel that is eventually going to run out. We are going to run out of coal. We're going to run out of oil. And you know what's also stupid? Burning these fossil fuels that destroy the planet. Right now, what we could do is we could transition, if we invest, and get a lot of our energy needs met by alternative energy in actually a rather short period of time. At least on the human scale, okay? 10, 20 years. And that's actually a popular position with the American people. 73% of Americans want government to prioritize alternative energy now over fossil fuel. So why are we not going in that direction? And as Granholm was correctly pointing out, that actually does mean jobs and it means economic growth. And I'll add less pollution so we can head off the worst effects of climate change, which will happen in our lifetimes if we don't put a stop to it now, if we don't actually have an energy revolution and really start investing in these alternative energies to, yes, make them more efficient, more better, and also more reliable and more consistent. But Rick Santorum doesn't want to go in that direction. He's like, no, since it's not reliable or consistent now, 100%, let's just pull out of anything that involves us reducing our reliance on, first of all, foreign sources of energy, as well as dirty sources of energy like coal. Let's just double down on that because my donors pay me a lot to come out and say this. We can't keep doing that. People like Rick Santorum, they're holding us back. And unfortunately, I got to throw a lot of shade at CNN for continuing to host these ridiculous debates. There is no debate anymore. We need to move in this direction, and we need to move in this direction now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.